Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos, more content from me. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something very serious. For the past 10 days, I was self-quarantining in my home because I tested positive for COVID-19. I previously mentioned that in a grocery haul video that I posted last week. But I really wanted to share with you guys my experience and some of the symptoms that I experienced with the COVID-19. It has not been an easy process in no way or shape or form that I think it was going to be. But it really has been something that has changed my life. I work in the healthcare system, and for the past year, I've been in healthcare or in the hospital setting, me and my fiance. And so I felt that, things seemed like it had died down a little bit. It wasn't as serious, and I know there's better words to use than where we were last year, in March and April. So by this time, I felt like we had been following the protocols and safety protocols and wearing a mask, distancing ourselves, but still trying to go about our everyday life. And so that Saturday last week, which I think that was let's see, I think that was April. I can't remember the exact date, but I started feeling like my throat was a little sore, and it felt a little dry. And then a few days later, I had a wet cough, and so I was like, okay, I wasn't experiencing this prior. My fiance had mentioned that he was feeling sick. He had came home from work and told me that he wasn't feeling well. He had a fever, and then he had chills. And I know you're thinking at that very moment, I should have known, or we should have known, but it was an off and on situation where he had symptoms and then the next day, he felt better. So we weren't too sure. But once he, told me that he could not taste when I had made dinner, I knew that something was terribly wrong. I went to get tested. I have a COVID testing site right across the street from my house. So I went there and I actually got the rapid test and the PCR test. And I got the rapid test back fairly quickly. It was supposed to be about an hour, but it definitely came back faster than that. I was sitting in my house, laying on the couch watching TV, and I got that text message that told me that my results was in my chart app. I checked my MyChart app, and sure enough, it came back positive. I was so devastated. I mean, devastated. I literally, I had tears in my eyes. I was so devastated because you watch the news and you see how many people was impacted by COVID and how many people lost their lives to COVID. So it's really scary. So I automatically, I was just in tears. I couldn't believe it. And when I told my fiance, he was just as shocked. He asked me several times to repeat myself, like, are you sure? Are you sure? I was very sure. I remember looking at the test results in the app, closing it and opening it back up, like just trying to make sure that I was 100% positive. At that very moment, he went out and he went and got tested right after I told him that my results were positive, and they didn't have any more rapid tests, so he did have to wait. He did have to take the PCR test, I believe that's what it was. and he got his results back. It was supposed to be 2 days, but he got it back in 1 day, the next day, and his came back as well positive. So we both were very, very shocked. From that moment, we were thinking, where do we get it from? I was actually have been home, so he was the one that had been going to work those previous days. So the thought was, did he get it from work? We were just out that weekend. Did we get it? That was that Easter weekend. So did we get it during that Easter weekend? All types of different scenarios ran through our heads. But I think at that moment, it was just, okay, now we have to figure out, we have to make sure we take care of ourselves from this point on, because this is very serious. Some of the symptoms that I experienced, I was experiencing a fever. I had a fever every day to the point that I couldn't even sleep at night. Coughing, wet cough. Towards the end, I started feeling pressure in my chest. I had a lot of back pain. It really helped to sleep on my stomach and on my chest. That really helped me to be able to sleep at night. It was very difficult sleeping on my back. So that's probably why I had a lot of back pain, because I was sleeping on my stomach. Some of the other symptoms I was experiencing. In the beginning, I experienced chills. And I wasn't sure it was because I had the window open. I was very hot. But I experienced chills. I'm trying to think. Dizziness. I definitely experienced dizziness. And some days I was weak to the point that I couldn't even get up. I didn't have a taste for food. Actually, I couldn't taste any food. I couldn't smell. And that just happened so suddenly. Like, one day I'm eating fruit and I'm eating mangoes and pineapples, and then the next day I can't taste Campbell's chicken noodle soup. And if anybody eats Campbell's chicken noodle soup, then you know how much sodium is in that soup. So the fact that I couldn't taste the soup let me know that I lost my taste buds. Some of the things that helped me, I would say, was Tylenol. I took Tylenol every day. It helped to cut the fever. And actually, it started off where I was giving my fiance Tylenol because he had the fever first. He was experiencing symptoms first. And the first thing I did was give him Tylenol, and it helped cut the fever. So when I started getting these the fever-like symptoms, I started taking Tylenol as well. The Tylenol continued to work for him, but at some point it seemed like it stopped working for me. I had took some Theraflu, which helped when it came to my throat, and it helped me to be able to sleep at night. I was coughing profusely all night, like I could not sleep. So the Theraflu really helped. A lot of tea, and I would say stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of orange juice. A lot of tea. The Theraflu, the hot liquids helps. It helps with your throat. It definitely helped me. It definitely helped my fiance. I had the regular Theraflu, and then I ended up ordering from Walmart.com. I ordered the Theraflu with the green tea. So when my taste buds did come back, that did taste a lot better than the other Theraflu. But all in all, the Theraflu really helped. What else was I taking? I wrote some notes down so I wouldn't forget. Tea with honey and lemon. That helped. And I usually I drink that mostly all throughout the day, but it really helped me at night. Because it was really difficult to sleep. Like I said, I was coughing a lot, and it seemed like I was coughing a lot more at nighttime. So when it was time for me to go to sleep, it was just really difficult for me to do so. And again, I had to lay on my stomach. That was what really helped me. I mentioned orange juice. We had like 3 bottles of orange juice that we ran through, but the orange juice helped as well. So my 10-day quarantining process is over now. My quarantining period ended this past Saturday, April 17th. And though I'm no longer quarantining or, as they say, contagious, I am not fully back to normal. I have still been experiencing a lot of back pain and a lot of coughing, still. That Saturday, which is supposed to be my last day, April 17th, I did still have a fever. At this moment, I don't, but I still am experiencing coughing, as I previously mentioned. I did get my phone call from New York City, the test and trace program is what I should have mentioned previously. Those are that's the corporation that is monitoring patients who are experiencing COVID-19 symptoms. They did call me on my last day to let me know that, this was the last day of my quarantining period and that I can go out and continue to do some of the things that I was doing prior, but, just reminding me to always remain safe, the safety protocols, wearing a mask, staying 6 feet, social distancing. But again, like I said, I haven't been back to normal. And I didn't expect that I would just the quarantining process would be over, a period would be over, and I would just return back to normal and everything would be the same. We are planning to take another COVID test because I do want to know, I do want to know if it's going to be detected or if it's going to be not detected and I'm going to be negative. We decided that we were going to sit down and look at some of the vaccines that are out, some of the options, and do our research and really see which vaccine we felt comfortable to take. I would love to know, any questions that you guys may have. I hope that this video helped anyone who may be experiencing some symptoms and are not too sure. My symptoms is by no way letting you know or confirming that you have it. My best advice that I would recommend to anyone would be to go get tested. If you are uncertain and you feel that you may have symptoms or, your symptoms sound somewhere close to mine or you're experiencing something and it just doesn't seem right, I would advise you to get tested. It's better to know than not to know. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope this video was helpful. Stay safe.